Certainly looks like he's got a good channel going there. I wouldn't necessarily say it's my kind of thing, but it's a good looking channel. What even is an i2 processor? I've no idea. What's an i2 processor? Sounds like the start of a joke, doesn't it? I love the fact that on my desk right now, I've got loads of scraps of paper and a massive pile of stuff that I really should get rid of. And then I've got an old motherboard, which doesn't really work anymore, but just sits there. An old graphics card, which doesn't really work anymore and just sits there. And an old processor that doesn't really work anymore, it just sits there. But, you know, I've got these three what were once expensive pieces of computing equipment just sat on my desk gathering dust. Dutch Farmer, welcome to the stream. You've picked a good time to join, Dutch Farmer, because we are starting our momentous push back up the league again. So we do have a match coming up, believe it or not. You wouldn't think it with the way I've been talking, but we got a match coming up. Also, do as Moobot says and follow me on Twitter if you are interested in watching my live streams, because I do tweet. Normally I do like a half an hour alarm before I start streaming. It's not that I don't like the channel. I think it's a good looking channel, as I said. Theme park vlogs, I'm very hit and miss with me. I will have to watch them, and obviously I'm not going to watch them now. But off stream, I'll at least watch some of the videos and see what they look like. And if I like it, of course, I'll give it a sub. It'd be stupid not to. Hey, Dutch Farmer. Hopefully you're here to bring us luck. As I say, we're just about to start a momentous push. We've won our first game in 4 just now. We've got Greys away, who are 18th, I think that said. So we've got a really good opportunity again for a victory. I think I finally found a tactic and a formation and players that work. I think i2 is a thing. It's just very primitive compared to modern technology. Like, I think is it i7 it goes up to now, or is it even higher? I remember when I was 16, 17, and one of my friends was bragging that they got an i5 processor. Like it was a really, really big deal back then. Cost, you know, you had to sell your car in order to buy one. I might stream tomorrow night, but it won't be Football Manager. Football Manager, I'll try and stream every Wednesday. What am I talking about? Every Friday at 7 PM UK time, or 7:30. I started at 8 tonight, which is a little bit late. Alright, J-Mus, see you tomorrow. Dutch Farmer, I am in the Isthmian Premier. Wait, let me tell you, because I always get it wrong. That's not helpful. I'll tell you here. The Isthmian League Premier Division, which is 3 leagues outside the Football League. So if I get promoted, I'll be in the Vanarama National League South, and then I'll be in the Vanarama National League, and then I'll be in League 2. So this is my 4th season, and I've had 3 consecutive promotions. With 3 consecutive league titles as well. So it gives you an idea of just how far outside the Football League I started. I started on level 10 of the English football ladder. If you consider the Premier League as a level 1, that's how far down it was. But yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow. What would I stream tomorrow? I'm tempted to stream some GTA and actually do some console stuff. Maybe some Battlefield. Because I've just set up a what would you call it? Business company on GTA. So I'm looking for people to join me on that. I know, right? 3 back-to-back promotions. I have a really good knack at winning leagues. I just seem to... I don't know what it is. Because I wouldn't say I'm an Alex Ferguson or anything like that. I'm not like constantly tinkering and changing and bullying players to get good performances out of them. I literally just put 11 players out on the pitch, and I mean at the moment it's not really working because we keep losing. But yeah, success comes my way quite a lot. As I say, if you watch some of my YouTube series, youtube.com/m4j3ff0135, you'll see that, you know, Football Manager is something that comes quite naturally to me. Alright, Allman Gaming, thank you for joining. Thank you for participating. I should start doing giveaways at some point. I used to do giveaways. When I first started streaming, I did a lot of giveaways, and I should start doing that again. I have done saves like this in the past, but not on stream or on YouTube. I mean, I'm playing as Hatfield Town. If you go on my YouTube channel and you go to my latest Football Manager series, which this is part of, by the way, this stream. This stream will be uploaded next week onto the channel. And you go into the description of the videos, you'll find the database that I downloaded off FM Scout. And it's the same database that I've been downloading for the last couple of years. And I managed to get Hatfield into the Premier League from the... oh god, what were they in? It was the Midlands... hang on, it's right down here somewhere. Spartan South Midlands Division 1, I think, is where we started. All the way down here. But as you can see, I mean, there's a lot of leagues in this database. These are all the leagues that I could have chosen to play. But a lot of them are kind of at the same level. So... it might be in that one, actually. Oh no, that's the cup competition that comes with the league. So yeah, there's a lot of database on this game. But in the past, as I say, I've managed to get Hatfield into the Premier League. I'm from Hatfield, that's why. I used to play as Stevenage a lot when they were in the lowest, or the second lowest division as it was. And then when they got promoted into the Football League, I started playing as teams like Whitehawk. I mean, I chose Whitehawk because I like the name, but actually, Whitehawk have crossed paths with me quite a lot in real life, as it happens, so that wasn't a bad choice. What other teams have I played as? Brackley, I think it was. I should make a list, actually, of all the teams that I've played as. There's probably some teams in this division that I've played as in the past. I think I've played as Staines before. Concord, I've played as. Loads of different teams. But then, when I downloaded the extended database, I saw that Hatfield were on there. And as I say, I'm from Hatfield, so they're my local team. So then it was, I actually, at one point, just after I left school, I knew a couple of people who played for Hatfield. They don't anymore. I think they were there for a season, and then they left. But yeah, Hatfield is a team close to my heart, even though my two actual teams I support are Newcastle and Stevenage. Ape Squad, welcome to the stream. As I said to Dutch Farmer, you've joined at a very good time. Couple more matches I'm going to play in this stream and then we'll call it a night. But we are, if I get through all these messages, we're starting a rise up the league again. We're in the Isthmian Premier League, and we are trying to get promoted to the National League South. Give our players some reserve match time, get them some fitness. Right, I think I'm going to play almost the exact same team. The only change I'm going to make is Scott in and Messer on the bench, because he's had a couple of bad performances recently, and I think that's been letting us down. So a strong midfield, strong back four, and the two up top certainly seems to be doing the business, both scoring in the last game. Akinuli nearly grabbing a hat-trick in that last game. So let's get into it. I am mid-table. I was 10th. I think I've dropped again. There you are. I'm 12th. 12th on 20 points. I am 14 points off Staines, who are top. So we need to close that gap. I mean, it's still early days. This is our 16th game in the league, but I don't want to sound big-headed because that's not really my thing, but normally at this point in the table I'm top by like 5 or 6 points, so this is quite a challenge for me right now to be this far down. I mean, I'm not in panic stations because I have been in this situation before in the past, but normally it happens a bit higher up the ladder. We had some bad results, was the problem. We had like a 2-1 defeat, a 4-2 defeat, a 4-3 defeat, a couple of draws thrown in as well. We went a couple of games without winning, but I took a real hard look at the team and what was going right and what was going wrong. And I've done some tweaks and I've done some fixes. Brought in a couple of other players, started retraining some players. Changed the not just the tactics of the formation, but also the tactics of each individual position. And so far, it's starting to pay off. Right now, we do also have a youth player, Ivan Berry, who I had to promote from my under-18s to play on the left-hand side of midfield because of an injury. Normally we have a guy called Alessandro who plays out there who's actually very, very good. But he got injured. He was out for 6 to 8 weeks. So I think he's about 4 or 5 weeks maybe now from returning. So we've got Berry out there instead. So that doesn't help, having an inexperienced youth player out on the wing. The other side again, we had a guy called Mooney playing right midfield who turned out to be very poor, some really poor performances. So he's been replaced by a guy who I actually brought in on loan just as cover. I wasn't expecting to play him, and in fact I'm looking at him now. He's got 69% condition, so something's not quite right with him either. But yeah, playing reserve players in key positions like that doesn't help. Having said that, I mean, Berry is getting more used to it now. I do also have a keeper who likes to come off his line, although I tell him to do that, so I shouldn't complain. Alright, Akanuli's through here. Akanuli, yes! 1-0. That's a great ball from Hughes. Speculative, that's the thing. This is what made me so successful in previous seasons, was Dinsmore and Clifton. You just pump the ball over the top like that and they will run onto it. Look at that. Their defender had a 5-yard head start on Akanuli and he just sprinted past him. And he had the coolness to bring it under his control and then the calmness to pop it over the keeper as he came out. That is good centre forward play. I think that's what my team's been missing. So a little rotation there. I think he's the 4th striker I've played in that position in the last 6 games. And he's actually come up trumps now. So it'd be very hard to drop him again. The only problem is their striker keeps doing it to me. Oh, Evans, you had to get that right. He likes diving in. Reece Evans. I mean, I'd love to recommend signing these players on your games, but I don't think that. I think these are all. Oh, that's not good. I think these are all regens. So I'm not sure you can get them on your game, which is a bit of a shame. That's the one downside to playing in the non-league like this, is very rarely do you get the same players. You might get the same stats under different names come up, because I've had that before. But yeah, it can be quite tricky sometimes to actually get the same players. Oh, that was an annoying goal to concede. Just got to shore up that defence. There's something a bit leaky about that defence still. We do have the new centre-back, who probably in a week's time we could get some football to. Between streams I will be playing this off camera again. Mainly because I can't stop playing it when I get into it, because it's very addictive. There's a good ball. Over the top for Dinsmore. And he's through on goal. Oh, I thought that was in. There was an optical illusion there. It looked like he'd slotted it past the keeper. Great 1-2 though between Dinsmore and Berry there. Again, I'm just watching it on the replay. Oh, that really looked like it was in. Damn, that's annoying. Come on, tackle him. Yeah, good play there, Scott. Akinuli now. Dinsmore is running. Did he stay onside? I think he did. Just got muscled out there. I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy with the way the team's playing. I'm just disappointed about that goal. Also a bit disappointed about that throw. Do you know what? I think dropping Kerins was a stroke of genius as well. Because he's a good defender, but he's always going to end up in those set piece positions because of his set piece stat. So if the other guys aren't on the pitch, it will always go to the next highest, and that would be him. I think it's a disruptive influence having him taking set pieces. Because then he's not in the places you'd expect a centre-back to be. He's not in the middle attacking the ball, and he's not defending the counter-attack and things like that. And it's a disruptive influence. So having him out of the team and having two other really good centre-backs in there is actually quite good. Morrison on a yellow card as well. That's not the most helpful thing. Oh, that was nearly a good ball by Berry. Evans, he just punts it forward, but he's given Dinsmore something to chase. He does get onto it, and he crosses it. Oh, that could have gone in. Tell you what, their keeper is very lucky there. And even if he had clawed it out more onto the field, Akinuli was sniffing around. There's Berry with the shot. I wouldn't mind seeing Berry grab a goal, you know. He deserves it. He has played well in this game. He's starting to warm on me now. He's certainly still the best option we've got. I will be very, very torn when Olasanya is fit to play again. Might have to introduce him back off the bench. Something else I might have to do for the next few games is rotate the keeper as well, because Funnel, my reserve keeper, is starting to become unhappy. And he's actually a good keeper, so I do want to keep him happy. It's just I've got two good keepers, and it's hard to keep them both happy, because one of them will always want to play when they're not able to, because the other one's playing. Chopper19, welcome to the stream. You join us in the Isthmian Premier League division. I always forget what the damn thing's called. I just call it the Isthmian League, basically. Hughes heading it wide there. Not the best header from him. I prefer headers on target, let's put it that way. Shots-wise, though, both had 5 shots. We've had 3 on target, they've had 2. Pass completion is actually quite poor. 64%. Morrison there proving exactly why it's so low. Crosses completed 7%. 1 out of 13 of my crosses has been successful. That is nowhere near good enough. And in fact, I'm looking, it's not half time yet, I know, but I am looking at Miller and he is struggling. He's got a low rating and he's really, really struggling condition wise. I think for the sake of the team more than anything, he needs to come off, bring May on. I mean, May's not a great winger. I'm not really sure why I've still got May in the team, because I guess I've got him because he's versatile, but he's not great really in any particular position that he supposedly can play in. So, yeah, there's a question that needs answering. Why is Harry May still in the squad? Alright, Morrison, ball over the top. Just evaded Berry there. The defender got in just in time. Drury to Henry. Offside against Brook. See, I don't mind if the offside flag goes up like that. If we actually spring the offside trap, it's fine, but we've been caught out a few times. So it's not always great. This Hughes on the ball. Out to Walker, inside to Scott. Flicked over the top. I think May was the better person to run after that. Akinwumi went after it instead, although May has got it now. Akinwumi offside. See, if he left that, Dinsmore could have got it. Ah, hindsight's a powerful thing, hey? So actually, Dinsmore isn't having a particularly good game, so I'm going to bring Clifton on. It's not often I say that about Dinsmore, but I think in this occasion, I think Clifton could probably do us a better job right now. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, both of our wings are weakened now. So, I think a lot of our play will be coming through the centre. It'll probably be balls over the top from the midfield again as well. A bit like Akinuli's goal. I mean, it'll be balls over the top in behind the defence, not onto their heads. Someone passed the memo on to the players. Bit like that. But I think Akinuli's offside. Yep. I don't get why you'd be in an offside position in those areas. It just doesn't make sense to me. Again, I'm just going to watch the replay a second in case I missed something. No, he was in an offside position before the ball even reached Scott's foot. So it's not even like he'd started running or anything. It's just poor timing. I'm a little bit worried about how much freedom Greys have got. Try having to make the save. So I'm just going to step up the attacking a bit more. Go for more of an overload. Because I think one of our problems at the moment is we're not getting the ball to our strikers enough. So they're a bit ineffective because they're just not seeing the ball. They're not being supplied. They can do it themselves, but the ball still needs to be given to them in the first place. They're getting crowded out a bit. As I say, our wings are very, very weak, so they're targeting them, nullifying that, so we can't be getting crosses in like we normally would. I really miss Olasanya. To be honest, I'm starting to think when he comes back, it won't be a difficult decision at all. I'll just play Olasanya down the right-hand side instead. Because he can play on both wings. He's just as good on both wings. Right, Berry. Wasn't a bad pass. Just, I think Akinwumi was a little bit complacent there. They're certainly trying to get the ball forward. I can't fault them for that. Just got to try and win it back. We keep standing off them. Good save. Good save, Trot. He's kept us in this. He hasn't held a single save yet, but to be honest, when they're coming at him like that, I don't think he can. He's done a good job out there. Not the best cross in the world from May. Hughes over to Morrison. Finds Clifton. Not really sure what Clifton was trying to do there. He certainly wasn't going to win a penalty. Now they're on the attack, and they've got two forward. It's just lucky that he hasn't got his shooting boots on today. To To be honest, I think my next sub is going to be Morrison. Bring McCarthy on at left back. Might even bring Messer on at left back, actually. Because, I mean, Messer's good at set pieces, so it's worth having him out there. He's just not been playing well in midfield, so this could be an opportunity for him to take a left back position instead. That was poor from Clifton. Again, you've got to head it on target. None of these flick-on nonsense. Got to get the header on target. Alright, he's Clifton now. He's got past his man. Not sure why he decided to put that in the air, because that's just killed the attack. May with the cross. Clifton heads it down. Oh, good save from Akinwumi. Clifton nearly made up for it there. Anyway, I'm just watching it back. Akinwumi into Clifton. Why has he decided to pass it to him in the air? If he'd have slipped him in on the floor, we probably would have been looking at 2-1 right now. Instead, we're nearly looking at 2-1 to them. Right, sub. Because I don't think Morrison can dive in at the moment because he's worried about being sent off. And I'm worried about him being sent off. So I'm going to bring the captain on. It's a shame because Morrison's a good player. Just, I'd rather not go down to 10 men. Or at least I'd rather have a player out on that left hand side who can still dive into tackles with a bit more freedom. Akinwumi to May. May's really sluggish on the ball. Really sluggish. Look at that, Berry, 2 touches, 1 to control, 2nd to cross, and he picked out Clifton perfectly. And that was nearly a good team goal. May gets the ball, and he's a bit like one of these flair players you see in the Premier League. A bit like Raheem Sterling. Like, he's all tricks and flicks, but he can't actually cross a ball or shoot. Anyway, captain's on. He's not actually been given the armband, but he is the club captain, Messer. He's also... Oh, he's just been booked now as well. I was about to say, he's also our set-piece man. He's actually scored a free kick for us this season. I think that's the only free kick he's taken as well that we've seen, and he scored it. Whereas the other free kicks, I think there's been like 50 or 60 other free kicks by other players that have just missed. Not even been on target, just missed. Alright, Drury on the ball. Is that Hubble? Ball over the top. Offside against James Stevens. It's not the James Stevens that plays for #United, is it? Well, I should check that out. I know they're in the game. Some of them are in the game as new gens. I actually had Andy Jeffs Watts as a reserve goalkeeper 2 seasons ago. It's a shame that his stats weren't very good. Alright, Hughes on the ball. Out to Walker. Again, May's just losing it in key areas. Walker with 1 kick there has done more in that entire attack than May did. Now, why has Clifton decided to play it to Akinwumi, who he knew was offside? He had to have known he was offside there. Must have known. When you're on the defender's shoulder and your teammate's 5 yards ahead of you, you must know he's offside. So why play it to him? What a waste. Scott with a long ball. Clifton actually chasing it down. Go on, keep chasing him. That's it. Keep chasing it. And offside again against James Stevens. Come on, we can snatch a win here. Just 1 mistake from them. It's all it's going to take. Look at that. Akinwumi over the top to Clifton. Cut it back. He needs some bodies in the box. Hughes. Oh, great goal. Great finish. George Hughes. His 5th goal of the season. He was actually our top scorer when I started this stream, with 4. That gave you an idea as to how poorly we were playing, doesn't it? That's great centre forward play there by Clifton though. Took it right to the byline, held it up perfectly, and then just cut it back onto the foot of Hughes. Nestled in that corner. I'd like to think Akinwumi muscled the defender out of the way of it as well, but who knows. Now if we can hold on to this, that puts us up to 7th. What a result that would be. There are a lot of teams around us with lots of games in hand ahead of... what's the phrase I'm looking for? Lots of games in hand against us. But if we can just keep putting our results together and not conceding stupid goals like that. 2 minutes we led for. That's poor. That's his first goal as well. As I was trying to say, if we keep putting good results together, we don't have to worry about what other teams are doing, because we should still end up top. But that, first of all, that looked offside. Second of all, what is the keeper doing? It's like he made a ring of his arms for the ball to go through. That's not going to make a goal, is it? Especially when you're crossing to May. I don't like using scapegoats. I don't think I am using scapegoats. But I think Harry May is really poor. Seems to be a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none type player. Looks like Van's going to get booked. Yep. Something tells me that's a significant thing. The reason the game is showing us that. Either he's going to get a second yellow, or that's a suspension for him. Oh, Evans, what a poor first touch, and a poor second touch, and a poor third touch. He went from a possible counter-attack to them scoring. What the actual hell? That is so poor. That's so poor. Look at that. No excuse for that. Wow, that's crap. Now Clifton offside. Please don't tell me we've gone from winning this game to actually losing it. Thing is, the strikers get the ball in situations like this, and I just don't think he has any confidence in his right winger there. Certainly not enough to try and pass it to him. Either that or my players have gotten camera shy again. I'll have to tweet updates about how I do off camera, because they don't play like this off camera. Or if they do, I tend to deal with it a lot quicker. Like last stream, my players were appalling. First match after I ended the stream, I won 5-2, I think it was. And then it was like 6-1, and then it was 4-0, and then just started battering other teams again. And it was literally like they were camera shy. It was a really, really strange one. Van with a ball forward to no one in particular. That's just going to be cleared away nice and easily for them. May taking throw-ins as well is a strange one. Akinwumi getting the shot in. Not necessarily against him shooting from there if he gets a shot on target, which it looked like he did. Because you never know, the keeper might have a lapse in concentration. Akinwumi's got a good finish in him, as we've already seen in this match. He can do it. Here he's on the ball again. Another problem is he's getting the ball too deep. Now he's trying to release May, but it wasn't a particularly great pass anyway. But he's coming too deep to get the ball. Even as a deep lying forward, he's coming way too deep. Shouldn't be on the halfway line. when you're playing Overload, deep lying is probably the 18-yard line. Their 18-yard line as well. But yeah, we've been pegged right back in this second half, even after taking the lead. Now, they scored 2 goals in 2 minutes, and that's killed us. Alright, Messer with the throw. Clifton across to Hughes, volleys it. Not really sure why he decided to do that. He's not terrible at long shots, but I wouldn't put money on him scoring. Right, May gets the ball out wide. Ball over the top to Akinuli. He's got a crossing opportunity. He went for goal himself. Berry was coming in at the far post. Might not be a renowned goal scorer, but in times like that, the unexpected can happen. He's just got to get in and around them a little bit more. Messer on the ball here, giving it away. That's poor. Because he's on the yellow, he just backed off. We've actually backed off and let them clear that. That's really not good. Now Akinuli offside. Everyone backed off apart from the 2 strikers who for some reason went forward. Why would you do that? When the ball's in their half, yeah, make some runs forward. When the ball's in your own half, don't run past the defender, because what's the bloody point of that? You're just going to be offside. And you're going to be used as an outlet. When we've got no wings like we have right now, we're going to be using that as an outlet. But we can't, because we've got useless and useless are running forward offside like that. It's stupid. That's an overhit pass, I would say, from Berry. Drury gets the ball there. At least knock it out for a throw-in if you're going to tackle him. This is right where they want it. Alright, get it forward. That's it. Clifton, play it down the line. Down the line. Down the bloody line. No, not out for a throw-in, you cretin. Oh my god. How irritating. Oh, I think May was offside there. Wrong choice of pass by Hughes. Right. May, get the ball into the middle. No, that's not the middle, is it? You can't kick a ball through a man. Right. Walker, you can't throw a ball through a man. What was that? It's just terrible. I know we're playing attacking. But just that's not attacking. That's just giving the ball away. It's counterintuitive. It's stupid. Jesus Christ, I thought he was kicking that towards his own goal then. That's it. No, that's pretty much full time and there's another defeat. I don't see us getting the ball forward again now. Nah, that'll be it. Any second now. There it is. Typical referee, waited for the attack to end. Now he's blown for full time. Alright then guys. That's a disappointing way to end the stream. That's a really disappointing way to end the stream. What month are we in? Still in October. Crikey. So I think by next week we'll probably be going towards the end of the season. If not into the next season. Whatever league we end up in that season. I've no idea. What I can tell you though is it's been a fantastic stream. Really, really good stream. Loads of people getting involved, which is exactly the kind of stream that I enjoy doing. In terms of our results, well, there was our first game. So Folkestone, we drew 2-2. We lost 1-0, we lost 4-3, we won 3-2, and we lost 3-2. So there's our only win against Horsham. 2 goals from Akinuli and 1 from Dinsmore. The rest have all been defeats and draws, so we've only won 1 game of 5. And if you look at our league campaign as a whole, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 league wins. Not good enough, is what I'll say to that. Not good enough at all. But I will work on it. I will have a look at the tactics and I will try and find a solution. Alright, Dutch Farmer, I'm just ending up things now as well. So thank you very much for joining. Hopefully I'll see you next week. And that actually is a good segue into what I was going to say next. The next Football Manager stream will be next Friday night at probably sometime between 7 and 8 I'll be starting. It depends on what's going on around, but 2 weeks ago I started at 7. Tonight I was meant to start at 7:30, but something came up, so I delayed it until 8. It'll probably be 7 or 7:30 again next week. But I'll definitely be streaming again, because as I said, this was really, really fun. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you, everyone who got involved as well. Anyone who did follow, it's meant to notify me. There's meant to be a thing that comes up on the screen, but that doesn't seem to be working at the moment, so I'll have to check that out. But if you did follow me tonight, then thank you very much for the follow as well. Don't forget to head over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/mjeffries, and give me a subscribe there as well. The videos from this stream will all be uploaded onto that over the next 5 weekdays, in time for the stream again on Friday. So once again, everyone, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.